The other night I was talking to my wife, and she kind of shared with me that she's been having a really tough year and that she's not really felt close to God. And she used the word that I can't see God right now. And as she was tearing up and speaking to me, and I asked her what's going on, she says, I feel so alone. And I just thought to myself, as a man and as a husband who loves his wife dearly, it's like, why do you feel so alone? I'm so present here. I've made decisions. I've tried to take off more work or any of that kind of thing. Why do you still feel alone? She says, Courtney, when you withdraw into your man cave, so to speak, when you're stressed out, it makes me feel as if you don't care. And it makes me feel that you don't care enough to share with me what's going on. And then all the while, I started thinking, when I do withdraw, I'm actually not being present to my wife as well, and I'm not really hearing where she's at. But she kept talking about, I just don't see Christ in this. And for a man who knows his wife to be someone of faith and love of God, that really struck home to me. And as I prayed, and as I thought more about it, it's like, God, how can I see you in this moment? Because it was a tough time as we both sat there, and I started to tear up a little bit and started to share my heart. And the fear that I had within my heart to be vulnerable, just with anyone, I started to see that really, when I started to think about all the other relationships that I have, the key to seeing Christ in them is that power to be able to be vulnerable with each other. But we get afraid. And we get afraid because we know people can hurt us. With that being said, I started to see that this idea of seeing Jesus in others really is about being vulnerable to each other. That in those dark moments in life, all those anxieties, all those hurts, all those fears, they really do keep us from seeing Christ in others and seeing Christ in the church. See, we often think that we need to do this, and this to achieve this result. That as if, like, if I do all these things to be good, God's going to love me more. Well, if I do all these things to be good, this person's going to love me more. My boss, my friends, my family. But all the while that we strive to continue to do those things, we miss the real point of being vulnerable here and giving our hearts to the other. So this Lenten season and this Lenten journey, let us just ask the question, how do we see Christ? And that way, what are those things that keep us from really seeing Him? And ask ourselves the question, Lord, we want to see you. Teach us to show you our own hearts so we can see yours.